Hi everyone! In today's video, we're going to be making your speech more expressive in a very natural way. And what makes your speech expressive? Adjectives. My name is Anastasia, this is English with LinguaTrip, and let's get started.
Everything's in English.
All you need to know.
Alright, how did you learn to speak English?
You know, when you want to describe something, you need a lot of adjectives, but it's not very straightforward with them. So we have base adjectives. They are, normal adjectives that we use: big, small, beautiful, and we have strong adjectives. Strong adjectives are more expressive. They don't just name the quality of an object, but they also say that object has this quality to a higher degree. In a second, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because I'm sure that all of you are familiar with base and strong adjectives. Let's check what you already know. So let's say we have a base adjective, small. What could be a strong adjective for this one? Or in other words, what adjective means very small? I'm sure some of you already said it out loud. It is tiny. So small is a base adjective. Very small, which means a stronger adjective, is tiny. So let's see what else you know. Let's play a little game. I'm gonna say a base adjective, and you, if you know the strong adjective for that one, you can say it out loud as soon as you can. Okay, you ready? Let's see. Tired is the base adjective. Very tired is exhausted. Let's see some more. Hot. And to say very hot, we'll say boiling. Cold. And very cold would be freezing. What about hungry? Hungry is the base adjective. Very hungry would be starving. How are you doing so far? I'm sure you're giving only correct answers. So let's have a look at more adjectives. Angry. And very angry is furious. Tasty. And very tasty is delicious. Big and very big is enormous. Good and very good is, well, there are a few. Great, brilliant, wonderful, splendid, and others. Clean and very clean is spotless. Okay, so we've revised some base and strong adjectives, but it's not just about them. Sometimes, to make your speech more expressive, you want to add an adverb before an adjective, like we do with base adjectives. We say very sad or very small. Can we use the same adverb with strong adjectives? Can we say very tiny? No, there are certain rules, and I'm about to share them with you. With base adjectives, we can use adverbs such as very, like we've just done. For example, the book I'm reading at the moment is very interesting. Interesting is a base adjective.
Very interesting.
Or we can say slightly. For example, the kids were slightly hungry, just a little bit.
Slightly.
You can also use an adverb rather. For example, I found this film rather boring. But rather doesn't mean very. Yeah, very means to a high degree, slightly, just a little bit, rather, somewhere in the middle.
I have some rather unusual.
If you want to move back to a high degree, you can say hugely. For example, this blogger is hugely popular.
Hugely small.
Or there is another good one, dreadfully. For example, Jack was dreadfully tired after the race, meaning very tired.
Dreadfully distinct.
You can also say reasonably. For example, his house is reasonably expensive. It's towards the higher degree, but not very high. Reasonably expensive.
Reasonably.
Or there is a very similar word to hugely, which is immensely. For example, we are immensely glad to see you.
Immensely.
Okay, so these were the adverbs that we use with base adjectives. Guys, did you know that you can find more advanced topics in our most popular course From Intermediate to Advanced? You can now complete it in a challenge mode if you're ready to leave your comfort zone and say goodbye to a language barrier forever. The new program will help you boost all the skills that are necessary to overcome the intermediate level, break the plateau effect, and reach the advanced level. The Challenge Marathon is a course that includes ranking. All participants form teams of 2 people. Those who complete all the challenges get to the top, boost their English faster, and win prizes: 2 iPhones, 2 language trips abroad, 2 language coaching programs for a month, $50, and a turbo intensive course for the top 10 teams, and minus 365 mistakes per year for each challenge participant. All you need to do is watch the videos, do your homework, provide some creative pair work and time, and develop your English skills. After the marathon, you will not only enrich your vocabulary, hone your grammar, and overcome your language barrier, but you will also win one of our prizes. The course runs for a month without any breaks or delays. Get your spot now by clicking the link below. There will also be a promo code for you. I highly recommend getting the Pro package so that you can participate in the prize draw. Again, the link is below. Go check it out. Now, how about strong adjectives? What can we use with them? For example, we can say absolutely. The room was absolutely spotless.
Absolutely.
Or, similar to absolutely, we can say completely. We were completely amazed.
Completely.
And another word similar to these two is totally. For example, what you're saying is totally ridiculous.
Totally.
Another good word to use here is entirely. Again, it's another strong word, but with strong adjectives, we tend to use quite strong adverbs as well. Let's have a look at an example. The essay is not entirely terrible, but you need to correct some mistakes. By the way, if somebody says, it's not entirely terrible, it can also mean that the person is being very polite with you. British sarcasm. Be careful with that.
Entirely.
Also, with strong adjectives, you can use the word really. For example, I feel really awful that I forgot about her birthday again.
Really, really bad.
Another strong adverb for a strong adjective is utterly. For example, he found the experience utterly humiliating, means to a high degree. By the way, in British supermarkets, we have this butter, spreadable butter, that's called utterly butterly. So it's a bit of a wordplay and a bit of a rhyming game, really. But yeah, it's a good use of the word utterly.
Utterly preposterous.
And a couple of more good words to use here. Virtually. For example, I'm virtually clueless when it comes to web design.
It's virtually impossible.
And practically. For example, yesterday she was practically devastated.
Practically.
But if now you're starting to panic, thinking, how am I going to remember which to use when? I have some good news for you. There are a number of adverbs that you can use with both base and strong adjectives. So here they are. Fairly, you can use with both. For example, both cars are fairly new, or this song is fairly awful.
I'm fairly certain.
You can also use pretty with both types of adjectives. For example, this dress is pretty nice, or this price is pretty huge.
It's pretty huge.
Adverb number 3 to use with both is really. It's a very simple adverb. I'm really busy now. Or the climate here is really terrible.
Really terrible.
And another adverb that you can use with both base and strong adjectives is extremely. This song is extremely popular. Or you can say, this story is extremely fascinating.
Extremely.
Well, this is it for today. I hope you learned something useful. Please let us know in the comments below which of these phrases you didn't know before and which of them you liked best.